Hey everybody, it's Joe from greenlightsound.com, and today we've got a tip courtesy of Joe Chiccarelli involving some easy parallel processing for bass using one really easy tool from Waves, which is the Waves GTR Stompbox Modeler, part of their GTR guitar suite, sort of a virtual amp sim collection there. This GTR Stompbox Modeler includes a ton of really cool tools to use on a bunch of different sources, but this uses the tone pedal, really just some parallel EQ going on here. So what we have is a DI bass signal, and a copy of that DI bass signal is sent to this channel, which I call Bass Effects. It's got this modeler on it. And if you look at the settings, they're really simple. First, we're boosting up a little bit of the mid-range here. We're not touching the low knob at all. We're pulling back on the highs. It's basically a 3-band EQ right here. And then with our filtering right below, we're cutting out a decent amount of that low end and an awful lot of the top end too. So filtering out the very top and bottom, creating sort of a pyramid-shaped EQ, which is complete mid-range emphasis. And Joe Chiccarelli describes this really as giving the mid-range some aggression, some extra character. And this is especially helpful in helping it cut through on different speaker systems and different playback systems. The first thing I'd like to do audio-wise is play the DI by itself without this parallel channel engaged at all. So here's what the DI sounds like without this parallel channel. And if I solo up the parallel channel by itself with the plugin engaged, this is the tone we get. So we lost a lot of that bottom end, and we hear a kind of pokiness in the mid-range, allowing it to pop through a little bit more, especially on the pick attack. Listen to it again. If I put the DI back in and bring the fader for this parallel channel all the way down, I just blend it in a bit to taste and we get this sound. Here it is again without. And back in with the parallel channel. If you want to hear what it sounds like kind of level matched with this on and off, I'm just going to engage the parallel channel, but use this tone button right at the bottom, turning that stomp box on and off. We'll start with it off first. And it's not a really big difference in tone, but you're just kind of losing that bottom end and getting that pokiness to cut through. Blending that in parallel can really help that part of the bass cut through a mix, especially if it's a dense mix. Now, this is all that Joe Chiccarelli does, but one thing that I would do as an extra step is compress this signal after I use this tone knob to really make it pop out a lot. So I'm just going to throw on a really simple compressor after this Stompbox Modeler. I've got the Slate virtual mix rack here. I'm going to go to the dynamic section and just get an 1176 here. Boost up that input. And now we get basically that aggressive mid-range signal without it popping out so much, where you have to balance it in the mix. I get that tone, but I don't get so much dynamic change. Without the compressor on at all. Certain notes pop out more than others, and it's not very controlled in terms of dynamics. With this in, it's completely level. And I would recommend any kind of fast reacting compressor. The 1176, of course, is a very fast FET compressor. Anything that's going to get you that clamp on the transients to bring down that pop of the signal you're getting, by boosting the mid-range of the bass part so much. So there we go, a really simple tip courtesy of Joe Chiccarelli for allowing that mid-range to be more aggressive in your bass parts, helping them cut through even the densest of mixes. If you've got any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, so we can keep you in the loop as to what's coming up next, and I'll see you in the next one.